So as you can see, that's how you fit in the steering system, and it fits in nicely. We've got to do some adjustments to these arms because, as you can see, we've got a lot of towing in going on, and yeah, these are going to come out. Well, these are actually got to be tightened in, I think. So I think these ones have to be tightened in to about 32 millimeters. So I'm going to pull these back off and adjust those, and this one needs to be at 40. I think it's 44 millimeters, so center to center, 44 millimeters. So I'm going to take these off now again. Just wanted to show you how it goes into place, and then I will adjust them and come back to you. So here we are. We've done a few adjustments. Just to start off with, we're going to have to do the final adjustments, but I've changed this one to 44 from eye to eye, and I changed the steering linkages to 32, and that's center, so eye to eye. So we're kind of there, and as you can see, it looks quite nice now. Excuse the glare from the light, a bit late in the evening, and well, lights, natural light is obviously gone for me, but hopefully you kind of get the idea. So that's the steering upgrade done. So now we've done the steering upgrade, we've done the power upgrade, and we've done the transmission upgrade as well, so the distribution of the power. We've got one more upgrade to do here before we start on the freebie ones. So we're going to go and do our oil shocks next. So we're going to change the oil shocks, and that should make these pogo sticks. See you later. And we'll go from there, so I'll show you how. Right, we've got the CVA mini shocks 53619, as you can see, nice and new in here. Now to put these on, I'm going to need to remove the front and rear units, and at the same time as I remove these units, we may as well work on the freebie upgrades. I remember the promised you the freebie ones. Well, for example, here, I don't know if you can pick this out, but here's sort of the front of here. Look at this area here, look at this. It sticks out, look, terrible, doesn't it? And over here again, look. So we're gonna make that a bit shorter and put the screw so it goes in further into the upright there. We've got the two uprights, and we're also, if I can get you to see it, see if we can turn it over, you could probably see this tab here. So as you turn the wheels, can you see that tab hits here? We're going to trim that tab back just to give us a little bit more steering. Let me show you on the other side if I can see you on the camera. See this tab here? There we are. And as I turn that, you can see it hits here. Don't know if you can pick that out. It hits here. So we're going to trim this down so we've got more steering as well. So we're going to lower this section down. It's crazy how that sticks up. And then trim these down as well to give us more turning. And that will also give us some more of the travel for the suspension too, and as when we take this down. So that's the front, and on the rear, on this arm here, on the again the rear hub, there's a section on the rear hub which I'll show you when I pull it off, that we're going to trim because this isn't coming down any further. If I put it the right way around, this sort of its full droop, and we can just trim. It's just on the bottom of the hub, and it hits this bottom arm, the lower arm. You can just trim that off as well, and that will give you more drop as well and more suspension travel. So we'll take these off and do that as well. So that's the other freebie one on that rear upright as well. So let's get the old pogo sticks off and put some dampers on as well. So here we have all the components out of the bag that we had for 53619. So the instructions, as you can see, we're going to be basically putting together the body of the shock. We're going to put in the O-rings, we're going to put the bottom cap on, we're going to select the pistons, whether we want 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, so a very hard, sort of standard, medium or soft. We're going to pop in those onto our shafts with our little eave clips. We're then going to be putting in the bottom V1 component, If you need any spacers inside to limit the travel, we're then going to be filling it with oil, and then once we filled it with oil and bleeded the oil with the air bubbles, put the spring on that we've got from our normal car. We can take the springs off our existing one, put the springs on with the bottom cap and the pretensioners, and place them onto the car. So when you get these through, you basically get 4 of these, as you can see here. You get 4 of the shock bodies and bottom cap and top cap. Components for the inside, the little O-rings, the pistons themselves, and some hardware, along with all the little E-clips and such like, and the little rubber caps that go inside. So these are all what you get, and of course some soft Tamiya oil. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So I'm going to need to chop off and deburr all 4. I'm going to get all 4 together, and what I'll do is I'll show you how I put together one in a video, because there's no point in me videoing me doing 4, because you'll just get bored. So let me get all this all unclipped and all lined up and all ready. I'll get 3 of them done, and then I'll show you the last one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are at the stage now where we've filled our dampers. You can see there's 4 in here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and this one in my hand, with our oil. We removed all the air from there. We now need to take one of these little caps. These are like little rubber seals. Ooh, go around over the place. I'll just do one for you so you can see. So that places on top. The top cap, screw that into place like so. Nip it up so it's nipped up, and at the same time you make sure the bottom is nipped up as well. So we've now got our oil in place. Take our spring off the car, place that on. Our spring holder at the bottom goes in place, and you'll see that we got to pre-tension it. So we can use the pre-tensioners that we took off, various ones. Large one, I'm just going to stick all of them on for the moment so you can see. Large one, medium one, and a small one. I've just got them all here all ready for me to go, and that kind of pre-tensions the spring. And there we have our damper. I've got to do that 4 times so we can put it onto the car. I'm not going to show you 4 times because you'll be bored. But that's how you do the dampers. We then got to put the dampers onto the car and screw them into place. Okay. So to mount the shocks on the back, we're going to use the original holes that we did before, and hopefully got enough room. So you get these little 5mm ball connectors. You can get 8 of them in the kit for the suspension. So you just got to kind of get that started, and then screw that home. That's on the bottom. Don't go too mad because it's soft plastic. You just want to get it so it goes in. There we are. It's home. Take another one, and we go into this hole at the top. We'll start off, like I say, with the original ones. There we go. And you do this basically for all 4 corners. Just pop that in. There we are. And then you're going to take your shock absorber that we've nicely mounted clip these on to 1 and 2, like so. Here we are, mounted onto the car. I've got to go and do that on all 4 corners, so I've got to do the fronts and the backs. And we'll have a little check to see how the play is, because the other little trick you can do is, if you need to drop this a little bit, you can drill a little hole between the 2 holes at the back here. So if I show you on this one, which hasn't been, you can see these 2 holes here, you can actually drill and tap in the middle there if you need to move this somewhere in the middle to give you the suspension. So but we'll have a look and see what it looks like first.